Hello and welcome to the informational webinar for the 2023 IVSS. My name is Madeline Lane and I am the lead for the IVSS this year. We are starting this webinar off with a pre-recorded video on the details of IVSS. If you have any questions throughout the video, please place them in the chat feature and they will be answered at the end of this video. The IVSS website is currently on the screen. If you want to visit it during the webinar, the address is www.globe.gov/science-symposium. If you would like to contact us about anything IVSS, the best way to do so is through the email globeivss@ucard.edu. IVSS is supported by many of the staff at GIO whose contact information can be found under the About page on our website. The IVSS is an online symposium for students to share and discuss GLOBE research with other students, STEM professionals, and the GLOBE community. It is open to all GLOBE students, grades K through 16 from around the world. Here we have some of the statistics for the 2022 IVSS, which had a total of 189 projects from 25 different countries pass the IVSS triage process, where GIO staff review their content for the required elements before sending them to judges. The IVSS gives 0 to 4-star scores and additional badges to students. Top projects with 4 stars and 2 additional badges are part of the Earth Day drawing. Last year we had 74 projects included in that drawing out of the original 189 projects. IVSS couldn't happen without our amazing volunteer judges. Thank you to anyone who has volunteered for the IVSS in the past. We hope to see you again, along with some new volunteers this year. Judges can be scientists, teachers, and community members from around the world. This last year we had 160 judges, and previously we've had as many as 188. The more judges we have, the more projects we can score. Typically, our goal is to have each project scored by 3 judges who speak the language that project is in. We also like to require that each project has at least 1 STEM professional as a judge. As you can see in the stacked bar graph, we get judges from around the world to review projects. Each color represents a different GLOBE region. We have a tremendous turnout for most regions and are very thankful for all of our volunteer judges, especially those who speak different languages. Here we have the 2023 IVSS timeline starting with today's informational webinar. We will have additional webinars between now and January. Then, starting in January and ending 10 March 2023, we will be accepting projects. 29 March 2023 will be the judging webinar, which informs judges on expectations and how to judge IVSS projects. 30 March will be the start of the judging period, which will end on 9 April 2023. Finally, on 22 April 2023, we will have our Earth Day celebration and the drawing for the stipends. We will now move into the project requirements for an IVSS project. First, we require an abstract/summary, the report itself, an explanation for any additional badges the student is trying to earn, a presentation of the project, and lastly, all projects must have a photo release signed, which can be found on the GLOBE website. To give more information on the presentation requirement, we want to highlight a few different ways students can achieve this. It is one of the primary goals of IVSS to help students learn how to communicate the science they have researched. They can do this through posters, narrated presentations, links to recorded videos, and even through ArcGIS story maps, which there is a 2021 webinar on how to do. We will now move on to some information about the drawing for the stipend. In order to be entered into the drawing, projects must have earned 4 stars from the judges and received 2 additional badges, which will be discussed some later in this video. Stipends received can help offset the cost of attendance at the GLOBE annual meeting and/or help offset the cost of materials or equipment to further the student's science education. Students who have been selected during the drawing will get the opportunity to attend the student experience at the annual meeting and are some of the only students who get to attend the annual meeting. And here is a list of the 2022 IVSS winners. We highly recommend reviewing these projects to see what 4-star projects look like. These are great resources for anyone planning on submitting to the 2023 IVSS. We will now review the IVSS website some, which has the short link at the bottom of the screen of www.glove.gov/Science Symposium. You can also find this page on our website by clicking on the News and Events tab, selecting Meetings and Symposia, and then Virtual Science Symposium, and finally selecting the 2023 IVSS page on the left. Here we have the home page, which details this year's theme. You can also learn about the timeline for the IVSS and navigate to other important pages along the left-hand side menu. One of the important pages you can navigate to is the instructions for submitting a report. Here you will find all the necessary information for submitting a report. This page also has the photo release forms which are required with each project. The next page we will talk about is the IVSS rubrics page, which breaks down the scoring standards for each age group. This is a great resource to look at while doing an IVSS project to see what the difference is between a 0-star and 4-star report. Now we will discuss the resources page, which we highly recommend both new and returning students review. These resources can help anyone improve their IVSS project and can make the process a lot easier. One of the best resources included here is a research report template for each grade band. This breaks down in simple terms what a research report should include based on each age group from lower primary to high school. We also have research poster templates which students can use for the presentation requirement. Next, we are going to talk about the frequently asked questions or FAQ page. If you have any questions about IVSS, check out this page first and see if it has already been answered. You can also reach out through the Globe ivss@ucard.edu email we mentioned earlier. The final page we will discuss is the judges page, where you can volunteer to judge and see what some of the requirements for participation are. Again, we would like to thank any previous judges we have and encourage new ones to volunteer as well. If you're interested in volunteering to judge the IVSS, you can fill out the form linked in the judges page, which is shown here. This will get you signed up for any emails we send out to judges and get you on your way to becoming an IVSS judge. Judges are also recognized for their time with their own special IVSS badges. We are now going to talk about the report elements for each of the grade bands, starting with high schoolers and undergraduate students. These students are grades 9 through 16 or ages 14 and up. The required elements are boldened and include the title, abstract or summary, and research questions. Next, there are the introduction and review of the literature. The research methods, which are required, must include a screenshot of the data entered on the Globe website. You can use data from other sources, but some Globe data is required. Then there are the results and discussion, a conclusion, which is required, and lastly, the bibliography and badge selections. Middle schoolers, which are grades 6 through 8 or ages 11 to 14, have very similar requirements, except now there's no review of the literature included in the introduction. Late elementary students are grades 3 through 5 or ages 8 to 11 and have similar requirements to the middle school projects. The exception is that the abstract is not required, only a summary of the project. Finally, we have report requirements for early elementary students, which are grades kindergarten through 2nd grade, or ages 5 to 8. These requirements are very similar to the late elementary ones, however, no bibliography or citations are required. To conclude with the report elements, just remember to check the appropriate one for your project and that all reports must have Globe data in them and need a screenshot of the data entered into the Globe website. We will now move on to discussing IVSS badges. There are two different kinds of badges, merit-based and additional science badges. All projects receive merit badges and they are based on the scoring by the judges. Projects earn between 0 and 4 stars and scoring is based off a standard rubric which is available on the website for review. For example, a 0-star badge is missing key requirements and does not pass triage. 3-star projects are really good and meet all the requirements, and then 4-star badges are awarded to projects which go above and beyond and are exceptional. There is no limit to how many projects can earn 4 stars. Additional science badges are the other type of badge. Students need to apply for these badges while uploading their projects by describing how the badge was earned in their report. Students can earn up to 3 additional badges, and 2 are required to be included in the stipend drawing. For the merit-based badges, here is some more information on the breakdown of each badge. 0-star reports are missing lots of information and are insufficient. They do not include the 5 required elements. 2-star reports are somewhat incomplete and need improvement. Some are missing 1 or more requirements. 3-star projects are good projects which are clearly written and have all the requirements. They could use just a bit more information or explanation. And 4-star projects are exceptional, going above and beyond. These are also clear and concise. As a reminder, the 5 required elements are the presentation, the report, the abstract/summary, the explanation of the additional badges, and lastly, the photo release form. For the additional science badges, there are 6 you can apply for. First off, we have the I Am a Collaborator badge, which is earned when students show collaboration with other students from either their own school or schools from around the world. This one can get really creative, so think outside the box. The I Make an Impact badge is received by students who make local or global connections between their research and the impact of it. The I Am a STEM Professional badge is earned by students who clearly describe how they have worked with a STEM professional to better their project. The I Am an Engineer badge is given to students whose projects use engineering solutions to answer engineering problems. The I Am a Data Scientist badge is given to students whose projects go into in-depth data analysis and concentrate on comparing data. They may even include data from other sources. Now we are going to talk about the theme for this year's IVSS and the special badge for this year. The 2023 theme is Global Connections Investigating Earth as a System. Students are encouraged to explore the Earth as a System protocol bundles and use them as tools to investigate their environmental research questions. This year's theme also has similarities to NASA's Year of Open Science and inspires students to make connections with other students and scientific explorations around the world. The I Am a Collaborator badge is the theme badge for this year. We encourage students to get creative about the ways they can collaborate with other students and share data. Now to move on to some more logistics. This year we are accepting projects in English, Thai, Spanish, French, Arabic, and Croatian. We are excited to announce that this year we are accepting projects in Thai. We are working to make IVSS more accessible to everyone and hope to add more languages as we go. With the addition of new languages, we also have to recruit judges who speak those languages. Our hope is to be able to accept projects in these languages, but when possible, including English translations can be helpful in case there are not enough judges. We also ask that key titles of sections be translated into English to help with the triage process. We would now like to highlight some past webinars which are available on the resources page for you to check out. These are great resources and many of them are available in multiple languages. Now we're going to go over some common questions about the IVSS. First, who can judge projects? We put a minimum of 1 STEM professional on each project. Other judges can be teachers, graduate students, community members, or alumni. Do judges have to be part of the Globe International STEM Network, GISN? No. If a scientist or other STEM professional doesn't have a login for globe.gov, we have a generic STEM professional account they can use. However, this is a great way to participate in the GISN for existing members. Why aren't the instructions translated into more languages? We need volunteers to translate them. If you are able to translate any of the materials, we can add them to the website. Instructions are currently translated into Spanish and Arabic. Do I have to pick optional badges to be eligible for the drawing? Yes. all students receive the Student Research Badge, but students must select at least 2 additional badges to be eligible for the drawing. Also, they should describe how they earn the badges in their report. My students have never participated in a science fair or symposium. Can they take part? Yes, we have a lot of resources available for new participants. Please join us. Can younger kids submit a project? Yes, we have grade-specific guidelines for students starting from kindergarten to undergraduates. We also have a webinar all about K through 4 lower primary ages 5 to 8 projects. And once again, here is the timeline for the 2023 IVSS. We will have additional webinars between now and January. Then, starting in January and ending 10 March 2023, we will be accepting projects. 29 March 2023 will be the judging webinar, which informs judges on expectations and how to judge IVSS projects. 30 March will be the start of the judging period, which will end on 9 April 2023. Finally, on 22 April 2023, we will have our Earth Day celebration and the drawing for the stipends. We also want to highlight that you can get even more information on our website, www.globe.gov/science-symposium, or navigate to the page via the Globe website by going to the News and Events tab, Meetings and Symposia, and then Virtual Science Symposia. You can also reach out at the Globe IVSS at ucard.edu email. Thank you all very much for attending. We are excited to see what you bring to this year's IVSS.